want those charges filed tonight.
It's not like Morgan's going anywhere.
I used to be mayor of this town. I know how things work when it comes to the mob.
Really? How do things work?
Morgan stays in lockup without any formal charges being filed, just long enough for his legal counsel to get here. Then you cut him loose, and justice is never served. Well, this time, it's going to be different.
Okay, relax, Your Honor, or ex-Honor. What is it, your former honor?
I tried to effect change as mayor, mainly by cracking down on organized crime. Might have had a chance if some of the cops in this department weren't protecting the very people I was trying to put away. People like your father and Morgan.
What about people like Franco? Guys who kill for art or sport.
Franco is back in town. The public should be alerted, which is exactly what I was trying to do when Morgan viciously attacked me.
I don't think that really qualifies as a vicious attack.
Do me a favor. Would you help Detective Falconeri separate his birthright from his badge before I'm forced to expose every dirty cop in this department?
My job is to collect facts, not pass judgment. That's the job of a jury.
Okay, here's a fact. Jason Morgan viciously attacked me, and there are 2 eyewitnesses. Not that either of them will give an honest account, considering that one was his wife and the other was his nephew. And we all know how mob families protect their own, don't we?
Look, it sounds like Jason was just trying to stop you from creating a huge panic in this town.
If there is a serial killer on the loose, the public needs to be informed.
We don't even have confirmation that Franco's in town.
If it were up to your partner, we'd never know, would we? Why don't you check in with your father, Detective? Find out how Sonny Corinthos wants to handle this.
You got a problem with my father? You should probably take it up with him.
Unlike most people in this town, I'm not afraid of the mob, but they should sure as hell be afraid of me. Make sure that Morgan stays in lockup, or I'll have your badge on a silver platter.
What's wrong?
You got Floyd's statement? Thanks. This guy. In or out of office, there's never been a situation you couldn't spin to his advantage.
I'm sorry.
Why did you vote for him?
I'm talking about you and Lulu. I didn't realize
Look,
you guys...
you can go home if you want. No point sticking around here. You weren't there for the arrest, so there's nothing really for you to do.
Do you mind if I stick around? I might learn something.
Are you serious?
Isn't that why we got assigned to each other? So you can teach me everything that you know?
Nah. We got assigned to each other because Ronnie thinks I need a babysitter. As for you learning stuff, you're not going to find out anything you don't already know.
Nice. Then why not divvy up the open cases and make the best out of our time and resources? All I need is the evidence room key and I'm good.
That's not going to happen.
Gracious greetings, Mom.
Hey, Spinelli.
You seem subdued, if not sorrowful. Is there anything I can do?
No, I don't think there's anything you can do.
Well, I mean, I'd gladly sit in silence. I mean, unless, of course, you want to be left alone.
No, you can sit. Doesn't have to be in silence. Actually, maybe you can help me and tell me if I'm crazy.
The Jackal has cause for concern regarding others that are close to him, but you seem pretty sane to me.
So why did I break off an engagement to a man that I'm madly in love with?
You're engaged?
I was engaged to Dante, but I didn't tell anyone, which should be the first clue that I am not ready.
Well, if I might speak from personal experience, the prospect of matrimony is pretty overwhelming, even in the face of sincere and abiding love, so it's completely understandable if you'd want to postpone it.
I gave him the ring back and told him I couldn't be his wife. I don't know, he couldn't compromise on being a cop and I couldn't commit to the idea of being married to him and wondering every day if it's gonna be his last day in the line of duty.
Okay, but I'm sorry, not to be argumentative.
No, but the whole time I knew he was a cop, so it's unfair for me now to decide that I can't handle it.
Actually, I was gonna point out that when I first met you, you had a penchant for adventure. You were fearless. I mean, you even risked your life to save me when I was a complete stranger.
Oh, in Alcazar's warehouse, when those guys were coming after us and we got hammered. And then I knocked out Jason with a tequila bottle.
Crazy ninja skills, yes!
So funny, I completely forgot about that.
Watching you fell stone cold is one of my most cherished memories.
What happened to me? When did I start playing it safe? For a long time, all I ever wanted to be was a true Spencer. But now that I think about it, it just means being completely irresponsible and taking off whenever you feel like it and basically trampling all over everyone's feelings.
Do I detect a tone of disillusionment with the proud patriarch?
I don't know. Maybe I've been left one too many times. I just don't want to go through it again. Seeing my dad, hoping that things will be different, but knowing he's never going to change. And every time I start to count on him, he takes off again.
Is it possible that you're projecting your feelings of abandonment onto your prospective spouse?
Well, they're completely opposite. I mean, everything that Dante believes in, honor, trust, his badge, those are things that my dad runs away from.
Yeah, they're like in a pretty telling way. I mean, your father has left you many times, and now you're afraid that Dante will do the same thing. But I mean, not by following some crazy enterprise, but by dying, which is, far more cruel and final.
Yeah. Maybe I'm burned out by my dad. I'm closed off to hope, and I don't want to get invested in a marriage with Dante that could be pulled out from under me.
Okay, but before succumbing to fatalism, accepting that your love is doomed and just kicking it to the curb, as it were, perhaps it'd be wise to take inventory of what you'd be giving up.
I don't know what you mean.
Just before dumping Dante, remember what it was that made you fall in love with him in the first place.
Are you just gonna stand there and frown all night, or do you want to help me with this book?
This is unbelievable. Do you think I don't know what you're doing?
What I'm doing a nuisance report, which is more trouble
You
than
think
it's
a
worth.
woman, a Latina woman at that, can possibly handle her own case, do you?
I don't think you being a woman, Latina or otherwise, has anything to do with it.
Really, just like it has nothing to do with why I've been transferred from one precinct to another 9 times over the past 9 months.
I don't know anything about that.
Every guy's the same. You think that having a woman as a partner is gonna slow you down. Even though I could outrun every guy in my class back in the academy.
Well, you could definitely outrun me on account of my half-lung thing I have over on this
Not
side.
funny.
No, seriously, if anyone's been screwed over with this assignment, it's you.
Getting screwed over because you're a woman doesn't only happen to cops.
What is that supposed to mean?
No one has done a damn thing about those strippers that were attacked. Name me one officer who has even bothered to follow up.
Me, I have, for one.
But you already have a full caseload.
Well, I thought you'd be happy someone was on it.
I'll be happier if you let me take it off your hands and give it the attention it deserves.
I'm surprised you don't want the Lisa Niles investigation all to yourself.
You're never gonna give me that. Your mother's involved.
Well, I gotta make sure they don't get the wrong person.
Just like you're never gonna give me your shooting because your father's involved. Just like you're gonna process these papers yourself because Jason Morgan is your father's hitman.
No, you have it all worked out, don't you?
Listen. The search for whoever's doing these things to these girls is the most logical one for me to take. Besides, I'd really like to catch this creep before he strikes again.
Oh, that's assuming he will.
Oh, I can assure you, if we don't catch him soon, I predict 2 more girls are gonna check into General Hospital by the end of this month.
Is this a hunch of yours, or you have something to back up this claim?
Statistics. In 2009, over the course of 3 months, 5 cocktail waitresses were attacked on their way home from work, and nothing was stolen. Last year, 5 other girls were attacked. Outside another club, again, nothing was stolen.
So you think this was the same guy?
I think there's a definite pattern there that we shouldn't ignore.
All right, you might be right.
I am more than willing to take a look into it. It's not like I have anywhere else to be.
You should probably clear that with your husband first.
What? No, he knows this is what I've got to do.
Really? How did you make him understand that?
Honey, your fiance asked me the same thing.
Ex-fiance.
I should have given it more thought to my answer. Maybe you two wouldn't be in this place.
We aren't in a place, we're just done.
Now, before you think I've become an advocate for your ex-fiancé, may I remind you that I was not a fan of this romance to begin with.
Oh, no, I know. I know a lot of it had to do with him hurting your ego.
Yes, I failed to discern that he was an undercover operative trying to bring down Stone Cold and Mr. Scher's entire enterprise.
Well, what can I say? He's pretty good at what he does.
Wait, so was it his police work that attracted you to him in the first place?
No. It was the fact that he made me laugh. He would use these dumb pickup lines, and they wouldn't work, but it was just about making me smile.
Okay, but a successful relationship, needs more than just a shared sense of humor. There has to be a mutual trust. Has he kept things from you? Any reason to doubt him?
Well, whenever we've broken up, we've always worked it out because he doesn't want to give up on us.
Okay, well, is that still the case?
Well, he wanted to work this out, but I don't know. I've just been thinking that as much as it hurts, and even though I love him, it's better to let it go now.
Well, then I guess you have changed. Right? Because the Lulu Spencer that I first met, the one who risked her life to save an obnoxious stranger and knocked stone cold on the head with a tequila bottle, wouldn't have hesitated to follow her heart.
I'm gonna go down to lockup and take Jason's statement. When I get back, why don't we go over the statements of those dancers who were attacked?
Okay, perfect. Hey, Dante. Are you okay? About Lulu and all?
No, not really.